I have a question for you. And this is a big one because we hear this term all the time out there. What would you recommend data center developers do to achieve speed to power?
It's a great question, and it's a really big issue in the industry right now. Not long ago, we would have talked more about affordability and sustainability and reliability. Now, speed has moved to the forefront and is arguably the most important of those four metrics. And you're seeing some interesting things in the marketplace right now. Some are more obvious. So if you're connecting to the grid, then clearly you want to get into the queue quickly. You want to make sure people know what you're going to connect, how it's going to operate, file your papers, pay your fees, those kinds of things with the local utilities and whatnot as soon as you can, because it's going to take time to go through that process. That process is changing, unfortunately, makes it a bit more challenging, both the utilities and the developers. So that's one area. If you're trying to go really fast, and we've seen a few examples of this, we're starting to see people build their own power plants. And the challenge there is there's a couple different versions of it. How quickly can I get equipment and put it in place? Okay. The costs of that equipment is going up rather radically. We're probably looking at the cost for a combined cycle power plant being twice what it was 2 or 3 years ago, for example. The large equipment still has a better economy of scale, but it's simply not available. You're looking at sort of 5 to 7 year lead times. So you're starting to see people buy smaller equipment, 50 megawatt, 60, 70 megawatt combustion turbines instead of 300 and 400 megawatt combustion turbines. It's more expensive that way, but that equipment's available more like a 3-year time frame. We're also seeing the leasing of equipment, and we're seeing people install temporary equipment and then relocate that as they move from one data center development to another. This is actually something that's happened with one of Elon Musk's facilities, and it's a pretty interesting observation in the marketplace as he moves from one data center development to another. He avoids some issues using temporary power and relocates the equipment until he can get his substation interconnections all worked out. So those are the kinds of things we're seeing in the marketplace.